So, when it comes to workplace safety, who's actually responsible? It's not as simple as just pointing a finger. It's a whole system, a partnership really, with clear roles for everyone. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly who is accountable for what when it comes to keeping you safe on the job. So, let's just dive right in with the big question. When you're at work, who is really looking out for your safety? Is it the company, your boss, or is it all on you? Well, the truth is, it's a bit of everyone. To get to the bottom of this, we've got to talk about a legal concept called duty of care. Basically, it's this fundamental obligation, both legally and morally, to make sure others don't get hurt. Now, in the workplace, everyone shares this duty, but the main weight, the primary burden, falls squarely on the employer. Why? Because, well, they're the ones in charge of the work environment, right? A really great way to picture this whole shared responsibility thing is to think of it as a safety chain. Every single person, from the top brass all the way down to the newest person on the team, is a link in that chain. And if just one of those links fails, the whole thing can fall apart. And look, this whole safety chain idea, it's not just some nice metaphor. It's actually a legal framework written into law by India's Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code. With full enforcement kicking in from November 2025, this isn't just a suggestion anymore, it's the law of the land. So who forges the very first and strongest links in this chain? That's the employer. They have the power, and more importantly, the legal duty to build the entire foundation for a safe workplace from the ground up. And believe me, the law gets super specific here. It actually lists out 12 major categories of duties for the employer. Just hearing that number, 12, tells you how seriously the law takes this. They can't just put up a poster that says be safe. They have to actively build a safe system. Okay, so the first big chunk of these duties, it's all about the physical foundation. You know, the stuff you can see and touch. We're talking about making sure machinery is safe and properly maintained, that the workplace itself is clean, well lit, and has good air. They also have to be on the lookout for potential risks. And it even covers basic things like making sure you have clean drinking water and decent restrooms. This is the absolute bedrock of safety. But hey, having safe equipment is only one piece of the puzzle, right? Employers also have to build the systems that keep people safe. This means things like proper training, keeping an eye on employee health with medical checkups, and having a solid emergency plan that you actually practice. And, crucially, it means giving workers a real voice in safety through an official committee. Now, an employer can forge the strongest, most perfect links you've ever seen, but they're completely useless if they aren't connected. And that's where you come in. As an employee, you are the critical connection that makes the entire safety chain actually work. This right here, this is the perfect example of that partnership in action. The employer has to give you the right protective gear, your PPE, and it has to be free of charge. But what good is a helmet if it's sitting in your locker? It's your duty, your responsibility to actually use it correctly and to speak up immediately if you notice it's damaged. See? It's a two-way street. And that brings us to maybe the most important job an employee has. A manager can't be everywhere at once. The people on the ground doing the work are the real first line of defense. Reporting a hazard use spot isn't about getting someone in trouble. It's about fulfilling a responsibility that could literally save someone's life. So when you boil it all down, the law lays out 4 core responsibilities for you, and they're pretty common sense, but they are vital. First, take care of yourself and the people around you. Second, cooperate and follow the safety rules. Third, no goofing around or taking risky shortcuts. And fourth, never, ever mess with or remove a safety device, like a machine guard. Every single one is an active choice you make all day, every day. Okay, so we've looked at both sides of this partnership. We know what the employer has to do and what the employee has to do. But what happens when that chain breaks? What are the real-world consequences when someone fails to do their part? And let me tell you, the consequences are no joke. For employers, we're talking about huge fines and even potential jail time for senior management. For employees, deliberately ignoring safety rules can lead to disciplinary action, losing your compensation if you get hurt, and in the worst-case scenarios, even facing criminal charges yourself. The stakes are incredibly high for everyone. All right, let's bring this all home. See, your role in all of this isn't just about following rules to avoid trouble. It's about being an active part of a culture where looking out for each other is just what you do, so that every single person gets to go home safe at the end of the day. So if there's one thing to remember from all this, it's this. Safety is a partnership. Yes, the law puts the big burden on the employer to create and maintain a safe workplace. But that safe system only works if every single employee is an active player. The responsibility is shared, even if the specific duties are different. This whole legal framework, that's the starting line. It's the bare minimum. But it makes you think, right? We know the rules now. But what does it take to go beyond just complying? To build a place where safety isn't just a rule book, but it's just the way things are done, where looking out for each other is second nature. Now that's the real goal.